What would a TNA versus NXT pay-per-view look like? Let's talk about it. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another video. And in this one, we asked artificial intelligence to create a TNA versus NXT pay-per-view / premium live event. Obviously, these companies have been working together. WWE / NXT has a working relationship with TNA. NXT superstar Trick Williams is your current TNA champion, Dylan. And obviously, wrestlers have been going back and forth on shows. So what better time to get a TNA versus NXT PLE? So first, Dylan, before we get started, how do you feel about AI's ability to put together a good card?
I'm not sure. I mean, we've seen it do decent before, I think, with some stuff. We've seen. I'm cautiously optimistic, honestly, with this one.
All right. So without further ado, let's dive into it. We got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches that they put together, which one of those is going to be on the kickoff show. So we have reasoning for all of these too. So we have the Rising Talents Face Off. This is the pre-show. You have Jasper Troy from NXT versus Trey Miguel from TNA. Reasoning: two young, hungry competitors looking to make a name for themselves and score a win for their brand on the big stage. Jasper Troy versus Trey Miguel, Dylan.
Trey Miguel's in a tag team, though.
Sure is.
Yeah, so I don't love that just because I would prefer Trey Miguel do something with Zachary Wentz in the Rascals.
Yeah. Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. So I'm going to shoot this one down.
Oh. All right. Let's move on to the next one, Dylan. We have Future Stars Collide. Women's Division Spotlight. You have the NXT Women's North American Championship match, which is your champion Ruca from NXT versus Lei Ying Lee. Sorry if I mispronounced that at all, but the reasoning: a showcase of two of the brightest future stars. Ruca's incredible athleticism and high-flying ability against the rapidly rising and skilled Lei Ying Lee from TNA. This match would highlight the depth of talent in both women's divisions. Dylan, how do we feel about this one?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Yi-Ling. What was it?
Lei Ying Lee. Again, apologies
Lei
if
Ying
mispronounced
Lee.
that.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with their work, but it sounds like if they're, I mean, I definitely want Ruca on this card, and it sounds like it's somebody who will match up with her pretty well. So definitely let us know in the comments what you think of that and any stuff that we should check out from Lei Ying Lee. But yeah, I'm all for this one as of right now.
Previously, Xia Li, Dylan.
Oh, okay. So it's Xia Li.
Yes. I did not know that either. I know Xia Li.
Okay. Yeah, no, we do know who that is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this would be interesting. I think so. The one thing
was interesting.
The one thing I will say about that is no hate on Xia. I think I'm just very much. I would love to see people that we've never seen in WWE before out of this.
Sure. So let's move on.
I think it would be a fun match.
Agreed. Let's move on to another fun match, Dylan, because we have the Pride of NXT versus TNA original. Respect on the line. You've got Josh Briggs from NXT versus Mike Santana from TNA. Reasoning: a hard-hitting hoss fight. Briggs represents the heart and soul of NXT, while Santana is a TNA original and a fierce competitor now back with a promotion. This would be a gritty, intense battle for respect. Santana has already appeared in NXT to confront Trick Williams, adding the cross-promotional tension. I can't believe they got that on there.
Yeah.
I think I did this on Wednesday, the day after
Yeah,
he
damn.
appeared. Is Mike Santana a TNA original?
Yeah, he's in LA. He was
Is
in
it?
LAX. Santana and
Okay.
Ortiz.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think no hate on Josh Briggs. I think we could potentially get Santana a bigger name opponent, and that's just because of how highly I view Mike Santana.
Okay.
Like, I view Mike Santana as like world champion material, top level guy. Like,
It's great.
I think he's awesome. So like, I think putting him, for instance, against a guy like Trick, I think makes more sense. But not that I don't like Josh Briggs, and I think that this would be a very good match. Nonetheless, I just when I view Mike Santana, I think he should be toward the top of this card, toward the main event.
Santana could be TNA World Champ deal by the time this video's out.
Yeah,
we're
man.
recording this. This'll drop after his match against Trick Williams. So if he is
really
world champion,
never
drop
know.
a comment.
You really never know nowadays.
Yeah. So let's move on to this next one, Dylan. We got some tag team wrestling. Brand Warfare. NXT Tag Team Champions Hank Walker and Tank Ledger versus the Nemeth brothers, Nick Orion Nemeth. TNA World Tag Team Champions. Reasoning, a classic tag team encounter. Hank and Tank's power and throwback style against the cocky Hollywood-esque Nemeth brothers. This would be a battle for tag team dominance between the two brands. How we feeling?
Yeah, I actually like this one. I think this one would be fun. Hank and Tank have definitely growed on me a lot.
Okay.
And I mean, they're the tag team champs, right? So they got to represent the brand.
They sure are.
And I think throwing the tag team champions against each other is definitely a really fun way to go about it. And also, it would be super interesting to see Nick Nemeth in a WWE ring. Former NXT champion Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. Remember that.
So that would be very interesting and kind of fun to see like how they to see if they would be like not I mean we know they're not like at all against doing that, but I'd be interested if they talk if we have the Nemeths on NXT, if they just talk about Nick Nemeth as if he was Dolph Ziggler. Is it like I think they would, but
yeah,
I
agree. So let's move on, Dylan, because we have some women's tag team action here. We've got Fatal Influence, Jossie Jane and Fallon Henley.
Jane, your new NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah. And this says assuming they win them, which is a hypothetical. So I guess they are just going to hypothetically put the NXT Women's Tag titles on them.
I thought we don't have NXT Women's Tag titles.
That's right. Versus TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions Ash and Heather by Ellegence.
I think
reasoning. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you can say the reasoning. I'm all about this. They don't need to make up fake tag titles for it. I think it would still be fine. But it also throws a wrench into stuff because now I believe Jossie Jane's probably gonna be doing a lot of single stuff now that she's NXT Women's Champion. So we'll
right.
See, but I do like the idea of this match.
The reasoning would be a fantastic clash of styles and personalities. The gritty and rule-bending Fatal Influence against the polished and elegant TNA champions. If Fatal Influence aren't champs, another top NXT women's team like Sol Ruca and Kalani Jordan could fit here. You like this tag match still?
Yeah, I do. I actually
Agreed.
I like Ash and Heather by Ellegence. I think if you don't know that, Dana Brooke in WWE is Ash by Ellegence in TNA, and has then teamed up with Heather by Ellegence, and They have this whole kind of team, and they've been doing really good work. So yeah, I'm all about this. I think it would be a fun one.
All right, let's move on because Dylan, we've got X Division rules. High Octane Showcase. You have TNA X Division champion Steve Maclin versus Javon Evans of NXT versus Laredo Kid.
He's not the X Division champion.
versus Laredo Kid, AAA/TNA versus Ray Fenix. They have Ray Fenix as a guest appearance, AEW/NXT. Obviously, Ray Fenix is in WWE, but reasoning a blistering fatal 4-way under X Division rules, typically fast-paced, no limits style. Maclin is a tough champion. Evans is an NXT breakout star known for his agility. Laredo Kid brings lucha libre excellence, and a guest like Ray Fenix would elevate this to a show stealer.
I think the match sounds awesome. Steve Maclin isn't the X Division champion. Steve Maclin is the international champion. And I love Steve Maclin. I think Steve Maclin's awesome. And I think he would surprise people in this match, but I think you could probably put somebody like Leon Slater in this match, right? Over Steve Maclin. Put Steve Maclin in a different position. Because I believe Steve Maclin should be on this card. As TNA International Champion, the title that he actually holds. Also, gotta say, I think we mentioned it once before, but that title is so good looking, dude. The TNA International Championship is so.
Is that the red one?
It's the blue one.
The blue one. I probably haven't seen it since they. I probably haven't seen it since they debuted it.
I gotta show it to you, man. I literally gotta pull it up right now. I think it might be my favorite belt currently in wrestling.
Is the X Division red or the tag titles red?
Pretty much everything's red.
Oh.
But the tag titles are red. The X Division is not red.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
it's pretty. I'll tell you what, man. That TNA logo,
so good.
Good stuff. Yeah,
I can't believe they ever
the center plate.
Love it. Yeah, I can't believe they switched to. Am I not presenting anymore? Am I good?
You're not.
Okay, cool.
$200 isn't bad, Dylan.
Yeah, not bad. Maybe I should buy that. But
I mean, it is a fake, but
yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I'm all about this match. I think it would be fun, even if Steve Maclin's in it, I think it would be just as good.
All right,
but I'd rather have him in a different match and put Leon.
I agree. So let's move on, Dylan. NXT North American Championship Cross Promotional Challenge. You have NXT North American Champion Ethan Page. See, this is what's crazy, is they get this right, like, days after Page won it, but they can't get Steve Maclin right.
I mean, unless I'm completely wrong.
You look into that, I'll explain this. Versus Mustafa Ali. Reasoning, two incredible talkers and charismatic wrestlers. Ethan Page, the self-proclaimed greatest North American champion, facing the cunning and supremely talented leader of TNA's Order 4, Mustafa Ali, for the prestigious title. This match would have incredible promos leading up to it and stellar in-ring action. Ethan Page versus Mustafa Ali for the NXT North American Championship, Dylan. How do you feel about it?
I'm all about that, baby. I am all about voting for Ali. I'm loving the new Order 4 thing that he's got going on in TNA. And I think this would be a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, I'm all about this one. I think this one would be a ton of fun.
I agree. This is a match that would be sick. Also, you were right. Maclin is international champion.
Yeah, no, Moose is X Division champion right now.
Yes. Yeah, great match here, Dylan. I mean, I just again, I don't know how they get this Ethan Page winning the NXT North American Championship right, literally days after it happened. They can't get the other stuff right.
Yeah.
AI, you are a mystery. So let's move on because we have co-main events, Dylan, and it says co-main events.
All right.
We've got
All right.
Knockouts World Champion Masha Slamovich versus former NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer. Howard has Steph as former NXT Women's Champ, but not Jane as the current champ.
Yeah, that's
Beyond me.
Um,
You've got a hard-hitting dream match. Masha is a dominant force in TNA, and Vaquer has proven herself as a top-tier talent in NXT, now on the main roster, and internationally. This would be a brutal, technical, and captivating encounter for knockouts/women's division supremacy. Dylan, Masha versus Stephanie.
Yeah. This match would be sick. This match would be awesome. I'm all about this. Masha Slamovich is sick. She's super, super talented, super good at what she does. And yeah, this match would be awesome. I'm not sure how likely it would be. I feel like Stephanie is now on the main roster, so if this pay-per-view was to happen, Stephanie's probably not a part of it. But we can dream because this match would be awesome.
All right, and let's move on to the other co-main event, Dylan, because you may notice that there are two people who I have not named yet.
There's a few people you haven't named.
One will, I'll give you two of them. That's going to be champion versus champion for all of the gold, Dylan. You've got NXT champion Oba Femi versus TNA World Champion Trick Williams. This is an ultimate clash, with Trick Williams holding the TNA World title while being an active NXT competitor who has history with Oba Femi. The storyline potentially is immense. Will Trick represent TNA, NXT, or himself? Can Oba Femi prove NXT's dominance, or will Trick solidify his own legendary status across two promotions? Both titles could be on the line for a true winner-take-all or simply for brand supremacy. Trick vs. Oba, Dylan, title for title.
Joe Hendry's not on this card.
He's not.
Why?
I don't know. Ask AI.
I mean, it could just be a triple threat match.
Sure.
And then, because I think that would honestly be the best call. Triple threat match and then just have Joe win.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the match would be sick. I don't like this that much, though, because it's just a match we've gotten. It's just two NXT guys. So it doesn't really, I mean, it encapsulates TNA versus NXT, obviously, because Trick is the TNA champion currently, but obviously he may not be the best champion to have represent TNA on a pay-per-view like this. But I'm all about this match. Maybe just throw a couple more people in there. Maybe make it a fatal four-way with like Joe Hendry and Mike Santana or something like that.
Yeah. Also, I fully agree with you there. I forgot to mention that the name is NXT vs. TNA Forbidden Portal.
That's so fucking dumb.
And a hypothetical future date, location, a neutral venue, i.e., Chicago, Philadelphia, or Las Vegas.
Nice.
So there you have it. TNA versus NXT. Dylan, how do you think AI did with this?
Not great. Definitely not great.
Okay. I thought it did better than I thought.
Better than I thought, but it was like, I think they probably would have done even better, I guess, if they had all their information in order.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll pull back the curtain a little bit, Dylan. I asked this. I put in the one prompt. It gave me two different events. So it made two separate cards for two different shows. And I picked Forbidden Portal because this other one is even more outdated.
Okay. Very
outdated.
So I guess that's something that we know, that AI doesn't update its TNA wrestling knowledge as often as we'd like it to. Good to know.
So you guys let us know which match was your favorite. Let us know which match you think could actually happen and should actually happen. And you let us know what match you want to see on a TNA versus NXT PLE. Again, smash that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. We release videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. With that being said, I'm Mark Izzo. He's Dylan O'Brien, and we'll catch you in the next video.